So, Manchester United take all 3 points away from this Manchester derby, and it's all going wrong for Manchester City at the minute. It is 2-1 at the Etihad for Manchester United, and it's honestly shocking. Manchester City's form at the minute is absolutely diabolical. 1 win in 11 games is not the form that a team like Man City should be in. 5th in the league now. And they haven't moved from that spot since they played Liverpool, which was about 2-3 weeks ago now. It's really gone wrong for Man City this season. It really has. And everyone laughed when I predicted Man City 4th at the start of the season. But it's starting to look like a reality. And I didn't do that for a joke either. I meant that shit. I meant that. So, oh my gosh. It's just weird how it spiraled from one game in the Carabao Cup about 3 months ago. But, before that, when they played Southampton, it was only a 1-0 win. And the goal that they scored tonight only came from a set piece. They're scoring goals, but they're not winning games. They conceded 2 goals without a reply in their midweek Champions League game. And they could be looking at being knocked out of the Champions League already. So it's a difficult one to take for Man City fans because they're getting a taste of what it's been like for Man United fans over the years. But this is what Man City were 20 years ago when they were in the 3rd division. So it's crazy. The downfall of this football club over a couple of months is madness. It's obviously not going to be like this forever. But this season, I think it is probably just a blip that hasn't stopped yet. But it's becoming a problem. It really is. And you can't keep putting it down to the fact that Rodri's injured because he's been out for 4 months. And if he is the only reason you're doing this badly, then you need to take a look at yourself. Because if he is the only reason you're doing this badly, I've said this before, you're a one-man club. He can't be the only reason you're doing this bad. They've lost to Bournemouth, Brighton, Liverpool, rightly so. They've lost to Man United now. Manchester United, they've lost to Spurs this season. Spurs at this moment are beating Southampton 5-0. But they are doing incredibly bad. And I never thought I'd say this about Man City, but they've gotten worse. They really have. And any hope of a title for Man City fans is probably out the window now. It probably is. And I doubt we will see Man City win the title this season. It's going to be between Liverpool or Chelsea, and as it stands, it looks like Liverpool might win the title. Liverpool keep coming back. They keep doing it. So, who knows what the end result will be of the Premier League title. But Liverpool and Chelsea are going head-to-head in a Premier League title race now. And I can't see Arsenal. Arsenal are only 3rd, if I'm correct. Arsenal are only 3rd. So they've still got a bit of life left in them. But after they draw at the weekend with Everton, should be winning games like that. They really should be. And it's not good that the fact that Man United thrashed them 4-0 about, 3 or so weeks ago. And they're drawing 0-0 to them. This is a game that Arsenal should be winning this. And it's not like Arsenal this season. It isn't. They've dropped off. They have. They've dropped off. But not as bad as Man City have. 5th in the league now. And Manchester United, they're working out what they need to do with their new manager. They're finding it difficult, I would say. but they're working through it. It was a good result in the week for United in the Europa League, but this is even better. Now, this will give a lot of the players in this Manchester United team a lot of confidence, and it will also give the manager a lot of praise as well. Now, I said this wasn't the manager's fault. You can't blame this. You can't blame any results that happen in the first sort of 2 months of his managerial appointment. You can't blame any of those results on Ruben Amorim. But this game just goes to show how bad Manchester City have been this season. Their only goal was from a set piece. And, Josko Gvardiol did stick it in the back of the net. But still, Manchester City should be winning a game like this against a team that are in, well, they'll be in like 12th or 11th now. But, well, I think they'll probably be in 12th because Spurs are battering Southampton at the minute, 5-0. This is a game that Manchester City should be winning. They're known for winning Manchester derbies. I think they lost one last season, if I'm correct, or did they win both? I think they might have won both, but I'm not sure. I know they won the one that happened at Old Trafford, but I'm not too sure about the one that happened after that. But yeah, it's incredible the fact that Manchester City, have done this bad. And Manchester United now need to play Man City at their own game, because this could turn out to be miserable. A miserable couple of months for Man City. They've still got a lot of teams to play until May, so this could turn out very ugly for Manchester City. And obviously, Rodri has said that he is aiming to come back before the end of the season, but I can't see that happening. An ACL injury takes a long time to recover from, and I can't see Rodri recovering from that until at least August time. But we could see him playing for Man City near towards the end of the season, but if he does recover that quick, it will be right at the end of the season, and he won't be starting. I mean, he probably will be starting, in fact. He will be starting. He'll be straight back in that squad once he's recovered. So, you can't put this down to Rodri being out injured. But yeah, I think it's something that Manchester City have to learn from. Obviously, Pep Guardiola just looks like he's getting to the end of his tether. He looks like he just looks like he can't be arsed anymore. He looks like he cannot be arsed. And it's a thing where you sort of go, how long is he going to be at Man City for now? Because he signed that new contract. That's the thing that shot him in the foot, signing that contract. Had he have signed that contract, he could have left with ease this season. He said that it wasn't the right time to leave, but it is the right time to leave. It is the totally right time to leave, because Manchester City aren't doing well at all. And Pep Guardiola being in the manager position isn't really making a difference. But yeah, I feel like if Pep Guardiola was to leave it on a cliffhanger this season, we'd probably see a different Man City side than we've seen in the last 4 or 5 years. I think once Pep leaves, that's when it all goes to crap for Man City. I think the same sort of thing will happen with when Fergie left United. Fergie left Man United, it went to shambles after that, basically. Well, for a bit they were okay, and after that it just went to shambles. I think the same sort of thing is going to happen with Pep Guardiola, because Manchester City have not been performing well at all this season, so I think the same sort of thing is going to happen with Manchester City once Pep Guardiola leaves. And this is the worst season they've had in a long time. Yes, they had blips last season, but they got over them, and look, they came out and they won the title. So, yeah, it's a tough one to take. I can't see them getting back into this one because I think Man City fans are going to have to accept defeat. They say never give up, but I think this one, it's got to the point where you kind of have to give up. I think Pep Guardiola's given up because he looks tired of managing this football team at the minute. He looks very tired, and I think he would be excused if he was to leave at the end of this season. But I think after this 2-year contract, he will leave the club. I think this is his last 2 years at Man City because I think he's going to leave. Klopp left at the perfect time because he said he was out of energy, and I think the same thing has happened with Pep Guardiola. But Liverpool have got a new manager and we're top of the league. Like, just get a new manager and see what happens. Because I think once a manager stayed long enough, like, this same thing happened with Wenger. The same thing happened with Wenger. He was there from, like, the 90s till, like, just under 6 years ago. He left Arsenal in, like, 2018. And he started to slow down a bit. He wasn't getting the results he wanted with that Arsenal squad. And this is what happens when a manager stays for that much time. Pep Guardiola has been at Manchester City for nearly over a decade now. For nearly a decade, sorry. But I think it's time. I think Pep Guardiola's time is going to be up very soon. But yeah, this has just come out of nowhere for Man City this season. Manchester United, I just want to talk about them for just a minute or so. Amad Diallo did score the goal. It was the Man City defence were not organised at all for that goal to be scored, and their asses got scratched way too hard. So I don't know what I just said then, but they got wiped the floor with Man City today. So yeah, Man City, they're just not good enough at the minute. They're really not, and this is crisis territory. It really is. But yeah, not including Manchester City fans. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.